everyone. So I just got back from a doctor's appointment at Rush, and I wanted to do a review on the Diva cup, also with having the IUD inserted. But today was just not a good day today, and I'm so disappointed because I had to get it removed today because it came down. Now I'm glad it came down instead of up, so that's like it could have been worse, you know, so that's a good thing that happened. So I've been on the IUD since birth, since giving birth to Mike. They inserted it right after, so I didn't really have to deal with, you know, anything. And I thought, like, oh my God, this is good because I can breastfeed. You know, they gave me some options with being a breastfeeding mom, your birth control options, and it was a pill that I had. It was the depot shot, and I've been hearing so many bad reviews about that, and that causing breast cancer. And then I believe it was another one, because it's two different IUDs. It's the 10-year one, and then it's the 5-year one, and I decided to go with the 10-year one because it was less hormones, and you get your period every month. And with the 5-year one, you don't get your period, and and it has the hormones with it. So I was just like, definitely a no with that, because I wanted to stay away from the hormones as much as possible, and also I just wanted to have a period. So I also used the Diva cup, and before I started using it 4 months ago, I asked my doctor if it was okay for me to use it, and she said yes. When you insert the cup, I was thinking like maybe it, you know, it can harm it, or it can knock it out of place, anything like that. And she said no, it's not gonna affect it. So I started using that about 4 months ago. So in November, at the beginning of November, I had my period. 2 weeks after my period, my stomach was cramping and I was spotting, but I didn't pay much attention, and it slowly went away. But this month in December, when I came on my period, my stomach was cramping really bad, and I was just like, I'm not used to cramping on my period, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And it felt that I could feel that the IUD had moved. So today when I went for my appointment, she was saying that at first she was saying that it was still in there, and the string is just really long. It looks like they tried to tie it, and then it just came unloose. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe, you know, maybe that is what it is. So she was like, okay, let me double check. So she did cut the string because she thought that the string was too long. So then she inserted her fingers just to be on the safe side, and sure enough, it was out. And so basically I got it removed, and y'all, when I say that pain, that's pain too. Like, anything dealing with that area is very sensitive. So that was painful getting it removed. So I'm glad that it's over with, but now I have to figure out a different alternative with my birth control. I want to stick with the IUD. I definitely, because I like the IUD. I'm not even gonna lie, I really liked it. I didn't have to worry about it. It was just there already, and I didn't have to take a pill every morning. And then on top of that, it's just so much with this birth control, y'all. Like, everything is now linked to cancer, and it has been proven. So I'm really nervous because I don't want to get on no shot. I don't want to do the pills. Plus, being at the fact that I am still breastfeeding, the IUD is kind of like the only option for me, and the only thing that I really like. But that's also a process, trying to get it back inserted. So I'm gonna see. If I could do it in the next 2 weeks. Just going to get it over with, y'all. And then also with the Diva cup, I just want to touch on that subject too. I really like the Diva cup. I love it, y'all. Like, I just got to a point where I don't even have to use pads anymore. Like, I would use one of those little thin little panty liners. Well, they're not thin, but the little thick panty liners, just to be on the safe side, just in case if I leak over a little bit. But I was getting to a point where I was so comfortable, and I was also getting to a point where I was able to use it at night, because at night I would take it out and put on just like a heavy duty pad for the rest of the night until I wake up in the morning, and then take my shower and insert it again in the shower. Yeah, I was loving the Diva cup because it was less work, and then, you know, I can wear whatever I want. See, when you on your period and you wearing them pads, you can't really do much. You know, you can't really wear what you want to wear and how you want to wear it, because you have to be mindful of the fact that you have a pad on and you don't want everybody to see it. So I was really loving the Diva cup, and I was finally getting used to it. And she say that it could have, and the string could have got wrapped up, but I believe that it just came down, and I don't think it was the Diva cup that caused the problem. I think it's just one of the effects of having an IUD, period. So I don't want to give the Diva cup a bad review if you have an IUD, because it's not the Diva cup, it was the IUD, really, honestly. So that stuff can go either way. So y'all, it's just, honestly, you have to pay attention to your body. So I'm thankful that, you know, I know my body, and I knew that something was wrong, because I can feel it in that area, in the vagina area where the penis should go. So I felt it in that area, and I just knew that something was wrong. So I'm really happy that we got everything taken care of, and now I'm gonna go get my baby from his grandparents' house. But y'all, I'm really sad about the IUD, and I was hoping that I could continue. I hope that I can continue with it, because that's really the only option that I have, being at the fact that I am being a breastfeeding mom. And if you want to try to do things as natural as possible, I know it is other ways that you can keep up with your period. You can naturally keep up with it with a calendar, and when you know that you are fertile, you don't have sex during those times. But that's honestly a lot of, it's not a lot of work, but, you know, it's work. You know, it does, some steps do come with that. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I really hope that I can get everything figured out, though, because she was saying that she would have to hold my cervix open to insert the IUD again, and it's very painful. You're gonna be cramping for a while. So I was just like, man, I really don't want to go through that, because she was saying like she can insert it right away, but it's gonna be very painful, and she don't want to put me through all that pain. And I would have to, she suggests that, you know, we reschedule and I take a ibuprofen before I come. But we're gonna see how it all works out in another 2 weeks. So I'll let you guys know, just to keep you guys updated, because I know a lot of women want to know, like, if you could still use the Diva cup with an IUD inserted. And then on top of that, you just want to know what birth controls are available, what options you have when being a breastfeeding mom, and you don't want to, you know, be on all them hormones while you're breastfeeding. So I'll keep you guys updated, but that's probably going to be that's the only option that I really have, is to get back on the IUD. Even though I know it's going to be very, very, very painful, but let me get my baby, y'all. Y'all, so this is my snack. I'm eating this until I eat dinner, which is going to be around 6. While Mike is sleeping. Thank you, Jesus, I get a little break. So I'm gonna try to watch Empire, But I also wanted to talk about the Diva cup, y'all. So let me show y'all which one I got. This is the little bag that it comes in. Yeah, this is the Diva cup, and I've been using it for like 4 months now. And I was gonna do a review on it once I had 3 months of using it, because I feel like, you know, it's only what, a week out of the month, so 3 months to give me time to say, okay, I'm used to it and I know for sure if I like it or not. So they have 2 different sizes. They have a 1 and a 2, and the very first time that I bought one, I got a 2 because the 2 is for someone who's ever had a C-section or either has given a vaginal birth. So I got a size 2. And then when I tried it, it was so uncomfortable and I didn't like the way it feels. So I'm like, okay, I need a size 1. You know, it's much bigger than this one. Not much bigger, but it's much wider. And just, it's too uncomfortable. Even the way I folded it, it still was uncomfortable. So I went back to the store and I got a size 1. And this is how a size 1 is. It's more narrow. And it's easier to insert, because the 2 is too big to insert, in my opinion. You know, even though you've had a vaginal birth, it's still, it was too much for me. So this size is much more comfortable, and when I inserted it, I didn't feel anything. See, when I inserted a size 2, I could feel it and it felt very, very uncomfortable, and I was just like, no, this is too much for me. So this one feels good. I don't feel anything. I don't get any leaks when I use this one, and it's very comfortable. So I would suggest, if you go with a Diva cup, even though it says on there this is supposed to be for someone who hasn't given birth, go with what feels more comfortable for you, because I don't think that means anything just because you've given birth and this is the size that you're supposed to get. Now let me see if I have a small penny liner. And this is the penny liner that I use. I know this one. So this is by IUD, and they're penny liners, but they're just the thicker version. So just in case if you have any leaks, which I still get a little leaking, but it's not major. So that's what I use. And it's so comfortable, y'all. Like, I really, really like using it. I feel like it's less work, you know. And you may think in the beginning, like, oh my god, that's a lot of work, because you got to take it out, you got to dump it. But once you get used to it, you're like, this is way more comfortable than pads, because I would get, my lips of my vagina would get irritated from the pads, even if I had it on for just 2 hours, you know, because you're supposed to change it like every 2 to 4 hours with the pads. And even if I had the pad on for just 2 hours, I would be so uncomfortable. So my suggestion is just, especially if you're trying to look for an alternative, if you're trying to stay away from the harsh chemicals in the pads, then I would suggest trying the Diva cup, or either the vegan pads, the cotton pads. So that's something to try. I mean, y'all, I really like it though, and I really wish that, you know, things were different with the IUD thing, but I don't think it's the Diva cup at the end of the day, because of where the Diva cup stops, and plus the way that when you insert it, your muscles are going to naturally contract, and it's going to keep it in place right there. It's not going to get sucked all the way up. So that's what I think, you know. I think it can be done as far as the IUD and the Diva cup, but you just have to make sure that you are aware of your body if the Diva cups decide, if the IUD just decides that it wants to come out or go up. But I really feel bad, you know, for the women who have been in worse situations than mine, because it's scary. So you definitely got to be careful and aware. So that's basically my experience, you know, being on the IUD and the Diva cup. So just be aware, you guys.